Quick sum it up, we're doing a series of steps globally. The more people who are participating in these steps, the bigger the impact is going to be. Now, the first 4 steps is directly intended to affect them, which in turn is kind of fun for all of us. Let's recap.
Welcome back to the show. This is Anna, and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. Thanks for being here. Before we get all the way into today's video, I want to make you aware, if you did not already know, that I am also on Rumble, and I post pretty much all of the same videos there, as well as some that I did not want to risk putting onto YouTube. So yeah, there will be some exclusive videos over here on Rumble, but it's just a good way to support what I do here for free, because I actually have some monetized videos over here, which has not yet happened on YouTube. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. Get subscribed over on Rumble if you would like to. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. So a lot of the time on this channel, since it began, we have been drawing awareness to very negative things that are going on in the world, and, you know, just making sure that you know what's going on so that you know how to be prepared for it and how to, you know, work with it or around it or whatever, things like that, which is a pretty good thing overall. And recently, at least 1 or 2 people have asked me if I'm going to cover all of the toxic waste accidents or whatever that have happened recently, which I really have not even gotten around to getting into very much. But I know that there are a lot of good people who are covering those things, and good on them for doing that. And I may actually just leave it up to them, because I personally recently have been feeling a lot more called to talk about positive action that we can take to overcome all of the negative things. So I'm very happy to be sharing with you something that a good friend of mine shared with me a day or 2 ago, which is right in that wheelhouse. And it is a global movement that just looks really amazing, and I'm really excited to draw awareness to that here for those of you like me who have not already heard about it. And so here is the website for the movement that I'm talking about, globalwalkout.com. And they call it a unified pushback against the globalist agenda. One step at a time, hand in hand, we are walking out from the restrictive globalist society they are trying to enslave us and our children into. So yeah, I really like this idea so far. Let's see what their little promotional video here is.
On September the 4th at 8 p.m. London time, the global walkout begins. One step at a time, hand in hand, we will walk out from the globalist society they are trying to enslave us into. Many of us, myself included, have unconsciously subscribed to globalism by accepting the conveniences they offered us through technology, communication, and easy banking. If we want to strategically push back against globalism, we must lead by example.
The video was breaking up here, and it kept doing that when I tried again, but they said, and slowly unchain ourselves. We already have the power, and there are already enough of us. Amen to that. People just need to wake up to that reality.
We just need to act in unison, united, one step at a time.
We will gradually strive to disconnect from the globalist agenda.
If you join the Global Walkout family, you will be walking the walk alongside thousands and then millions of freedom lovers around the world. We will inspire each other to achieve our dream life of personal sovereignty, peace, happiness, and the ultimate freedom. Whatever the globalists try to do will become a non-issue because we are walking out on them. I cannot wait to create a world where we are free to move, speak, think, worship, sing, dance, breathe, and make our own choices. We are building that world together. right now, one step at a time. Together, we will reignite freedom.
And so it appears that this started last year because they're now on step 17. That's going to be announced on, or that was just announced on the 12th of February of 2023. So let's look back at the previous steps for other people like me who are just now learning about this. And we won't go into all the details, but just what the steps were. Keep cash alive. Reignite farming. I love that. I would love to be able to have my own garden at least. And here's a really good example of why it's a really good idea to farm your own food if possible, or buy from local farmers, or at least buy pasture raised from your local health food store, which is what we currently do.
Brace yourselves, because this is crazy. This is Emmanuel Moore, a man from the US who was fired recently for posting videos of his workplace on TikTok. But why? Well, because Emmanuel worked at an animal feed factory where tons of garbage wrapped in plastic and cardboard packaging was being ground up and fed to pigs on pig farms. It's a similar story in the UK, where one pig farmer took photos of large pieces of plastic in every pellet of the feed he was giving to animals. And shockingly, this is completely legal in both the UK and the US, where certain amounts of plastic can be used from supermarket waste in animal feed.
Step 3, reignite MSM, which is suggesting that we all avoid the mainstream media.
Step number 3, announced by Dan Aston Gregory from the UK, was to avoid mainstream media as much as possible, even if the headlines are intriguing.
Supporting smaller banks. Share your flag, and that was talking about turning the flag upside down like we've seen in Canada. And they said on something else that I watched about this, that this is a way of signifying that your country is in distress.
Now, the 5th step is to turn your flag upside down to show that your country is in distress. Now, I don't really believe that this step applies to America because, frankly, we've been left in the dark so long, we haven't even really begun to rise to our power yet. Our flag is still standing straight up, strong as ever. The media just does not want us to know that. So these next few steps are directly for us. This is to rekindle what they tried to take from us over the past 3 years, the human connection.
Step 6, community dinner tables around the world. So, rekindling that human connection that they tried to take away from us with the 2 years of illness. Step 7, no more self-checkouts or QR codes. Step 8, watch the new documentary, The Real Anthony Fauci. Step 9, keep cash alive business edition. So this, they were saying, if you are a small business, let people know that cash is welcome and preferred. Step 10, recap steps 1 through 9. That's cool. Step 11, boost your vitamin D. Yeah, going outside in the sunshine. That's very important. Step 12, Curriculum Awareness Week. I'd have to see what that is.
Hi, my name is Ronnie, and I'm a member of the SOGI International Task Force, and we are walking out with you. The 12th step of the global walkout is called Curriculum Awareness Week. If you have a school-age child, please book an appointment with your teacher or principal and ask them questions about the books they are reading this year and next year. Also ask about the sexual education content they teach. On the Global Walkout website, navigate to step 12, and there you will find a template letter that parents can use to opt out of sex education if you choose. It's time for us to know exactly what our kids are learning in school. And if you don't have school-age children, please pass it along to someone else who does. Whether you have children or not.
We all need to help protect the minds and innocence of the next generation. I like that idea.
This is step 12 of the Global Walkout.
Every Sunday at 8 p.m. London time, a new step will be announced.
Step 13, withdraw and reach out. Sounds like what I am doing here, because I definitely do want to withdraw from the globalist agenda, and I'm trying to reach out about that to all of you now. All right, so it turns out my interpretation of this was completely off, but what I said is good. But this is what they're actually talking about. If you have a savings in the bank, consider withdrawing a decent amount of cash and putting it somewhere safe or investing it in something tangible. I'm guessing like silver or gold. And this is part 1 out of 2 parts. If you don't have savings, consider taking out your wages every time you get paid. My dad has pretty much always done that, by the way. Why bother, you might ask? Firstly, if you're using cash most of the time anyway, this will save you trips to the ATM machine. Secondly, the banks make a fortune investing our money while it's in there, so why not take those profits away from the major banks? Yeah, that makes sense. Part 2, it is very different, but just as important. Reach out to at least 2 people you've lost contact with. People you used to have a lot in common with, but have drifted apart. Send them a text, give them a call, or arrange a catch-up. What have you got to lose by trying? Obviously, this action alone will not immediately affect the globalist agenda, but we all know that saying, united we stand, divided we fall. So let's start uniting now so we're ready for whatever's coming. I love that. Step 14, digital ID awareness. We'll probably need a little more info on that as well.
Hello, my name is Catherine Austin Fitz, and I'm walking out with you. The 14th step of the global walkout is called digital ID awareness. You've done an amazing job using cash and raising awareness of the importance of keeping cash alive and dialing back the digital systems. Now we need to take it a step further and do everything we can to educate as many people as we can about the dangers of a digital ID and digital currencies. That includes CBDCs. First, watch the new documentary called State of Control. It's terrific. Watch it so you can answer people's questions. Then download and print the pamphlet we've made. Go for a walk with your family and friends. Drop these into letterboxes. Give them out at work. Hand them out to the cashiers when you're shopping. Give them to the other parents at the school drop-off. Give them to as many people as you can. This is so critical because when we try, when the implementation of these things begin to happen, it might be too late to educate others. You've got to start now. It's a now kind of thing. The more people we reach out to now, the more effective our campaign will be to stop this agenda. Think of this as an exercise as rallying the troops and getting them ready to push back against the global digital ID and global digital currencies when the time comes. That includes CBDCs, central bank digital currencies.
Step 15, let's protect our data more. Yeah, VPNs are a good thing. Step 16, conscious buying. I like that. I've always liked that. And currently we are, or no, ditch loyalty cards. That was January 29th. Step 18, delete that time-sucking app. And that is the current one, it looks like. Step 19 will be announced 26th of February 2023.